Hello guys, United Talk. How we all doing? Feeling good? Still vibes, isn't it? Still, it's great to have a bit of a good feeling, a good atmosphere around the place, and hopefully that can continue. And I want to talk about that a bit further today. There's another couple of stories which to me seem to build on that feeling that we've got going at the moment. The first one is that the butcher's back in training. I'm buzzing. I love the guy. I love his attitude, his fire, his fight, and he's got quality too. And having another player like that back in training, at least, is still going to be a while, I think, until he plays, but just having him back on the grass is a massive step. And Ruben obviously said that he's not ready. He wants to play, but he's not ready. They're going to take it easy. His knee's feeling all right. They're going to see how he goes, and he'll be brought back in when he's ready and when he's shown that he should be brought back into the side. But it's great news because it's quality, and any player like that we can add back into the squad is a massive bonus. So I'm really looking forward to the day when he gets back in the lineup and seeing him back out at Old Trafford. Buzzing. Come on, a butcher. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was they released an interview with Jason Wilcox, and I thought it was really good. It's a real sort of, not an eye-opener, because I kind of believed that was happening, but it just reinforced that my thoughts on what they are doing in the hierarchy. Now, I know that Ineos and whatever are not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people wanted a full sale, wanted Qatar. I mean, I don't even know whether he actually existed, if the interest was real. And a lot of people were disappointed that they saw Sir Jim and Ineos enabled the Glazers to keep hold of the football club, which is not entirely false. They have managed to keep control of a large proportion of the football club because basically Jim sort of bailed them out. That is not wrong, and I'm not saying you're wrong for being disappointed in Ineos, etc., that is the case, because I'd love nothing more than them parasites to be got out of the club. But what I will say, and I have said, is that it is better than it was. We have now finally, after about 10 years of the club being rudderless and run by bankers, we actually have now football people in positions where they can influence football matters at the football club, which can only be a good thing. Now, obviously, Barada, Wilcox, they're probably the two that are steering things. Obviously, Jim, they report to Jim, and he is the main overseer of the football side of things. And actually, it seems like he's doing the commercial side too. So the Glazers in that sense have got a right cushy number, haven't they? They just sit back in Florida, cream the club of the money, taking their dividends, and don't do sod all now. But as I say, I'd rather Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is a very successful businessman, self-made millionaire, so he's obviously got a bit of a clue when it comes to business side of things, Omar Barada was a good acquisition in from Manchester City. Jason Wilcox has obviously been in Manchester City and Southampton working with their kids, and them clubs have produced a number of kids that have either got into their first team or have been sold on to make money for the club to help with their FFP. So it's a lot better than the likes of Woodward, etc. But yeah, it was really good insight from Wilcox. They said about the atmosphere, the vibe around the place, and it must be better now. And he kind of said that it's not really changed. Obviously it's better when you're winning football matches, but they could see that they have been playing better this season. They've been making chances, and he spoke about the Arsenal game, and he said now what you're seeing, and which is something that I've said, they've been playing well, they've been making chances, they haven't been taking chances, and they're now starting to take chances, which inevitably leads to winning football matches. And he said that there's a great vibe, and I think you've got to give credit to them and Ruben, because they've had the prima donnas, the ones that are full of self-importance, and actually it seems like the ones that were leaking stuff are no longer at the football club. So everybody is now pulling in the right direction. And he spoke about the recruitment of Mbumo and Cunha, Sesko, Lemon, and he said these guys are all in with the project, they're all good guys. I think basically alluding to that they're not toxic in the dressing room, and we've now got rid of that what was in there festering away, and it has been for a number of years, which is a great thing. So they're obviously aware of these things, as probably the likes of me and you have been for many a year, but they're now taking ownership of it and rooting it out and changing the mindset around the place. He also spoke about the need to improve the squad, which is a good thing. He said they know there's areas that need improvement, as we do. I'd say the midfield is probably a key one. But what I liked was that he said it's not necessarily about going out and spending the big money on the elite. They've got to bring something to the table, they've got to have the right mindset, they've got to fit in with the squad, and that is a breath of fresh air, because we've tried it before, big massive money on big names, and rarely does it work. I mean, we've had a lot of failures with that, and I'm always one for saying football is a team game. You need round pegs in round holes, and you need to make it about the team and not yourself. Obviously you have quality individuals within a team, and if you can get a team full of quality individuals that are not self-absorbed, that will put the team first, then you stand a good chance of winning things. And it's not rocket science, but it's kind of something that football people know and bankers don't. So I'm quite buzzing, really. They seem to have this plan. They seem to be dedicated. Yeah, sort of dedicated to the plan, and they want to see it come to fruition, and they feel that they know what they need to do, and they're just going to work towards it. And I think that was also backed up by Jim coming out and saying what he said about giving Amorim 3 years. And that was a very smart move. Now, you probably all know my thoughts on the mainstream media, and Jim obviously saw it, that they're whipping up this storm of pressure, and he come out and done that, so the players know that there's no escaping. They can't push it all on a manager and get away with it, and the media might as well shut up, because they're not going to influence him into making a decision. And if you look at that now, the timing of it, we've gone and then strung our best run of form together probably since Amorim come into the football club. So it's proved to be a very wise move, and all these things just give me a little bit of optimism that the club is now, it's not the right direction yet, because it's a massive ship that's got to be turned from a course that was wrong for 10 years, over 10 years, left rudderless by the Glazers. But they are making that turn, they are turning that ship, and I feel that they are doing things the right way. Again, you can disagree with them coming in and them sort of bailing out the Glazers, etc. And as I've said, I don't want the Glazers there myself, but I'd much rather this than the likes of Woodward and Co. But what's your thoughts? Have you watched the interview? What's your thoughts on it all? Let me know in the comments. Are they heading the right way? Have you warmed to Ineos and Jim and the football hierarchy a bit? Do you think they'll get it right, or do you still want them out and you want, like a Qatar, to come in and buy the whole football club? Let me know, because as I say, I'm always intrigued to hear thoughts of others. But yeah, myself personally, I'd love someone competent to have the whole football club so the Glazers aren't there anymore. But I'll take this over the alternative at the moment. So, good vibes. And we'll soon be looking forward to Forest at the weekend. Come on, United. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as I always say, any thoughts of anything United, season, players, stadium, owners, stick it in the comments. Can't say it enough, and I'll keep saying it. Anyway, lovely job, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.